the question over and over again, has the housing market bubble burst? Well, we're seeing signs of stagnant home sales in some cities, and now the 17th consecutive increase in the key interest rate in 2 years. It's not like anyone was surprised. The hike was expected, but here's what might shock and awe you. In 2003, you could get a 30-year fixed mortgage at 5.5%, maybe 6%. Right now, the same term will cost you no less than 6.5%. Also in 2003, a $30,000 home equity loan was about 6%. Now you're looking at paying that back at 8% or more. Clyde Anderson is here, mortgage consultant and the author of What Had Happened Was. Clyde, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hey, what is your, wait a minute, what is going on here? Why so many rate increases? What, 17 in a row over the past 2 years? What's going on here?
It's been a correction that needed to take place in the economy.
I think it needed about that.
It needed that the economy was at a point where we had to kind of slow it. And they were doing good things. Now, I think 17 may be a little excessive, but I think it's kind of steady now. And hopefully in August we won't see another increase.
Well, what are you predicting?
I'm predicting it's going to kind of steady off. Rates are going to continue to rise. But I think it's going to be a little bit, it's a little steadier. It's not going to rise as rapidly.
Okay. So what's your advice now? Look, I'm trying to, I've got a young family here. My wife, we're just starting out. We're going to get into the housing market, first-time buyers. What's your advice right now?
Right now, I mean, it's still a good time to buy. Rates are still good, comparatively speaking.
Compared to what?
If you compare it to...
all-time highs, of course.
Well, yeah, or say even maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago even. Rates are still pretty good. You think about it, I never thought I'd be excited to see gas for $2.70.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that now.
Right.
So it's a mindset too. Rates are still pretty good. They're on the rise. So still a good time to buy, and it really depends on the market that you're in too.
Well, we're not seeing, I guess the framework for that is that we're not seeing double-digit numbers.
Exactly.
So compared to that's...
Exactly.
Maybe that's the way we should think about it.
Exactly.
You know what? Quickly, I want to see some of these markets. Let's put up markets that are. I guess we don't want to talk about in terms of hot markets and cool markets, but maybe appreciating markets. In here is what we have in terms of appreciating markets, where you can still get some money on your house if you're trying to sell right now. We're talking about Phoenix, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And why? What's the reason behind this? Why are these markets still performing well, in your opinion?
I think these markets have been strong for a long time. It's a lot of things that are attracting people to these areas. In Phoenix, for example, the housing market has been hot for a while. Houses have appreciated rapidly there, but they're still selling. The difference is that, when you look at it, houses were selling or sitting on the market for 7 days at one point in Phoenix.
Wow.
Now it's taken 60 days. Which in a lot of markets, they wish they could sell in 60 days, when they're sitting on the market a lot longer.
Okay. Well, Clyde, let me ask you something. If we're looking at these rates, 17 rate increases over the last 2 years, as we mentioned just a moment ago, if I have one of these, what we were calling sort of gimmicky loans at the time, and we got 100% financing, and we're going to throw in a variable rate, adjustable rate thing on it, what am I looking at now down the road if I'm looking to refinance that?
It's going to be a problem if you're looking to refinance down the road, because what you're going to see happening soon is some of these markets, sellers are going to have to kind of wake up a little bit and come down on their prices. If they're really looking to sell, you want to put a house on the market, you're going to have to come down. So a lot of people are going to depreciate in their property, so they're going to experience this. And when the houses start to depreciate, that's something we haven't seen in a while. When it started to depreciate, you are now almost upside down in your home, because you financed it, to the hilt where you're 100%.
Which gets us, this whole notion of depreciation gets us to the markets where there is some depreciation going on. We're looking at San Diego. Take a look at that. San Diego, Boston, Providence, and Cambridge. And what is happening here? These homes are just sitting on the market longer. And what's behind that in these markets, you think?
Well, I think that's something you kind of began to allude to at the beginning is the rates. Rates for one. Rates are going up, but incomes are not increasing at the same level that I think that rates are going up. So it's almost pricing some people out of the market in the way that the houses have appreciated over the last 5 years. It's pricing some people totally out of the market. You're seeing a lot of first-time buyers still going into it, but you're not seeing as many move-up buyers.
How about this? If you're going into the market right now, higher interest rates actually help you a bit because it makes you make a more responsible decision about what you can afford. Does that make sense?
That's true. That's true. I mean, I think it's so smart right now to go in and get a 30-year fix, lock it in, and get it secured. So
some money down.
Some money down, build some equity in there.
80-20?
I'm not really fond of the 80-20 right now, and it depends on how you use it. You know, in the past 5 years, yeah, I thought 80-20 was great.
Right.
You know, but now I think, you know, there's other options. If you can put some money down, put some money down. Right. But if you are going to go the 80-20 route, be smart about it. Know how long you're going to be in the house and know that you have some time to build equity into the house.
That's right.
So it's not just hoping that we have some appreciation.
I'm done. That's good stuff. Clyde, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate it.